Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you like this look, stay tuned because this is the look that I'm going for today. And we're also going to have like a not a quick discussion, but a discussion on transition and how to spot the signs of transitioning when you're transitioning or going through that phase, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So stay tuned, keep watching, subscribe.
Welcome back to my I'm sorry y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's a little coconut water, that's all. I ain't wearing my shirt today, but gang, I couldn't get in the full picture. So today we're going to be talking about transitioning while I transform. Shall we? All right, so y'all always know I try to come with different topics and what have you, and I know that some of you may have heard or have been hearing the word transitioning or being in some type of dark space or something of the lines of that. I don't really know what are the terms, but those are the only two terms I've been hearing. There's I want to clear that up. There is nothing depressive or I think what people mean by a dark space is when confusion sets in and you can't really explain, what it feels like to anyone else, because they might think you're crazy or bipolar or something of that nature. But in all seriousness, it happens to everybody. Everybody does not know how to deal with it. I've been dealing with it for years, and now that I'm in my mid-30s, I understand it a little bit more than I did when I was younger, everybody grows and matures at a fast rate. Not everybody listens to their inner self, their inner God, the universe. I mean, however you want to look at it, not everybody listens. Excuse me. And that's what gets us in these ruts, the roots that we don't listen to. We get hit with bricks, and that's just life telling us, which direction to go in, when we need to get quiet, when we when we need to take a new direction in life, in business, in relationships that may no longer serve us. Excuse me, y'all. Okay, I'm back. So, if you ever heard that saying, what's done in the dark will come to light, that's basically how I can best explain it. That does not mean, doing, well, that saying means, what's done in the dark, meaning that, it eventually comes to light. That's with anything, good or bad. Sometimes, when you get in that space like that, it's best to just get quiet. Your friends and your family may not even understand why you choose to what they may look at as isolation is really your solidarity. It's necessary. It's very, very necessary. But if you don't know, you just don't know. I'm I'm gonna give you a couple tips. I wrote them down because when I journal, that's what I like to do. I like to write stuff down, and sometimes I'll use it as a topic of discussion or something like that, just to kind of give a more, I don't even know if my brow's gonna be right today or not, but because I usually do them off camera, they look like they might be all right once I line them with some concealer. We'll clean them up with concealer. So, ways. Wait a minute, let me find it. Let me find it first. Ways that you can tell that you're transitioning, and transitioning takes place. Like if you're downgrading your house, these are just like the simple basic things of life. Downgrading your house, moving into a new city, transition transitioning from the entrepreneur space to the business world, or the business world to the entrepreneur space. I mean, that's the easy part. I mean, like here, people think that it's just as simple as changing your drawers. Like one day you'll be, wanting to be alone and wanting to be with yourself and all of the other stuff. Sometimes it takes months. It'll take weeks. Sometimes it'll take a year. Like I said, you just get quiet. When you get quiet, you can see a lot of things for what they are and what they're not. Which is point number one: boundaries. You don't want to say or do the same things. You don't want to talk the same. You don't want to move the same. When you create boundaries, again, like I said, it may seem foreign to others. It may seem like confusion to others. But creating boundaries is just your way of saying no more. Or, I find comfort in doing this. I find comfort in spending time with X, Y, and Z. And it's basically who you're becoming, and again, it's okay. Like, you have to be okay with whatever happens during the process, via good or bad. Oh, I have no brush to clean my brows. I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and did my brows off camera, and like I was saying, this is, come on camera, get right. This is you time. This is the time to value you, your thoughts, and what it is that you want and how you want to move forward. Boundaries as a mother, I'm telling you, it'll teach you a lot. Value it. Number 2, you don't care. I think once you move past the boundaries and you put a stamp on it, it is what it is. Like, you really don't care about what other people want, what they're saying, how they move. Of course, unless it's beneficial to both parties. When you move a little bit differently, it just, I don't even know how to explain it, y'all, to be honest with you. When you move different, it feels right. It feels amazing, to be honest. It feels absolutely freaking amazing. And it's a flow. It's like, I seen this diagram on somebody's page that I'm following, and it's like force here, your decision, and then like in the middle is like the flow. A lot of people say go with the flow. A lot of times going with the flow can mean somebody else's flow or your own damn flow. Excuse my language. I'm being honest, I'm being very blunt. I don't know how else to put it. Like going with somebody else's flow will it'll mess you up, because you don't know what their intents are as to the way that they're moving, and the way that they want to move in their life. The way that they flow might not be your flow. Okay? So this means that you need hold up. Okay. I'm sorry. I'll read my notes. This means that you don't need to please them, and what I just said goes back to boundaries. Why are we people pleasing? Why are we people pleasing? And it's because, again, that's a learned behavior. I hate that I was taught. I mean, not taught that. I don't like that. That was something that I seen growing up. Not to say it's not okay to do for people, but just to say, okay, well, I'm gonna do this to make such and such happy, and see if this will kick them out of their mood or kick them out of their rut, this, then the third, or whatever. Let people be. Let them go through whatever they need to go through, and it'll benefit you and whomever in the long run. Allow them their space and their time. Check on them if they want to be checked on. Not everybody wants to be checked on. It'll benefit them and or you mentally in the long run. So when you're out here creating boundaries and doing things with a divine flow or divine purpose, it may piss you off because you don't know what it is that you need to be like fully doing in the manner that you need to do it. And it feels strange. It feels like it's a shift. And that's all I know how that's the only way I know how to explain it. It's a huge, huge, huge shift. And it feels uncomfortable. In fact, it feels somewhat like you're dying, like a piece of you anyway. Like a death, but a good death. It feels like you're alone, but you're not. let's just say that. It feels like fear, which is my point number 3. Fear for what? What are you fearing? There is nothing to fear when you know that you are operating how you are supposed to be operating. Like I said, you may not even know what you're doing, what you're in. Your calling, your purpose, life, giving life, Sometimes the answers are right in front of us, but we're too loud. We don't shut up. We listen to everybody else and other people's opinions, fears, lack thereof, because you cannot talk to people that are used to one perspective. And I was just telling my husband this the other day, and I was like, I'm learning to be okay with not saying not doing, not conversating about certain things around certain people, because they've only seen like one way of living, one way of providing, one way of praying, one way of whatever, fill in the blank. It's more than one way. And I think that people are so used to, the way that auntie and grandma and them did it, or the way grandpa or whomever did it. And let me tell you something. You want to know how you break a generational habit or a curse? I don't want to say curse. We could just stick with habit. A generational habit. Do the opposite. Do the freaking opposite. Do the opposite. Like when I was younger, I couldn't stand going to school. I couldn't stand it. But I was an AB honor roll. Like me and all my siblings and cousins and everything. Like we were AB honor roll. That's because our grandmother stayed on our ass. She was old school. She did not play. I really think that's because like she wasn't afforded to go to school. Not really sure the backstory of that. Anyway, like child, her twin sister did not play. They did not play about education. They were hardcore about some education. And we better not come home with anything, not even a C. Not even a C. Like, this is like the early 90s, A's and B's it was. And honor, we better be on honor roll too. Good attendance. We didn't miss a day. So, of course, I went to school, have a couple of degrees, but that don't mean nothing today. Like, I could see, if it was like back in the 90s and I was like in my 20s back in the 90s, that's when it meant something. Like, that's when it meant something. Now, today, oh baby. So, some families believed in working hard, and they still do, working hard, and going to work every day for 20 years and then retiring. Nothing wrong with that. But if you feel or you've seen your mother, your grandfather, whomever took care of you, took you in, you seen them work, just for the bare minimum. What fear do you have? Like, what fear do you have? That people won't support? That people, may not receive you well? That's life. That is life. That is life. Whether you're doing good, whether you're doing bad, whether you're doing something uplifting, whether you're doing something religion, non-religion, somebody gonna have something to say. Okay? Somebody gonna have something to say. But what's the fear? Why are you fearing? I don't understand. Fear not. Because once you do it, that's confidence knocking at the door. Like, hey, you need to be doing this. And once you're in it and it feels right, that's when you know. That is absolute. Probably should have waited to put my nose ring in. That's when you know. Absolutely. Y'all, everything I'm using is pretty much the same. except for this concealer. This is the new CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. This is in natural tan. So listen, if you got something that you really want to do, and you feel like, I don't want to do that because X, Y, and Z, or I don't want to do that because everybody's doing that, blah, 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 blah. Everybody does not have the same concept. Everybody's not going to have the same theme. Everybody's not going to have your personality. It's a group of people out there waiting that has the same personality, that needs your message. If you have a message, you know. You have to set yourself apart when doing things. Even on, like, you want a job, you know, to fuel your business. Let me tell you something. I had my business for 6 years, and I've went back to work numerous times. Just to fuel my business. And to some people, you know, a job is just not a job. Sorry. Not sorry. A job is just a job, you know? Because you can get hired today, and that job will be shipped overseas tomorrow, and they won't tell you not a thing. You can be working on a job for 20 plus years and have 401k, pension, everything, and then guess what? The market can crash. One thing that cannot be taken away is your passion. Your God-given talents and your God-given abilities. The things and the talents that you were born with. And I'm gonna tell you like this. Not all of us were born with the silver spoon. And like I just said, your mama, your daddy, your granny, whomever raised you, you know, they did the best that they could. Now it's your turn to do better. You might tell them your goals and your plans and your ideas, and they may say, okay, baby, that's good, you know. Whatever you're gonna do, I'm gonna be behind you 100%. But how you gonna do this and how you gonna do that, you may not know then when they're asking, but once you figure it out, tell them, because they don't understand this internet thing. They don't understand this new age thing. Like all that, you know, now it's your job, my job too, to explain it to them, to show them, like, you know, this is the way that our generation is. This is the way, you know, we create jobs. This is the way I'm gonna make whatever I'm gonna do happen. And I want you to be right here with me, so that way I can show you, so that way you can learn. If they don't want to learn, that's fine, but still show them. I think that's where a lot of our fears come from, of the unknown or not knowing. You won't know until you know. You won't know until you do. So, let your confidence come through. Let it shine through. You know, who likes it? Like I said, they'll rock with you, and if they don't, then keep working. People who dig what you're doing will come along And those who don't, they'll come in and they'll leave right back out. Hopefully. As long as you stand firm, stand your ground, know what you're doing, know what you're talking about, know who you're talking to. Because that's most important. You know, there's a group of people for any and everybody. Truly, it is. Truly, truly. So, in conclusion, I don't even know if I want to end it right. Because I'm not even done my makeup. I'm get ready to contour lightly. And if you haven't already guessed, this is another natural look. Because I just really wanted to just really come and talk to you guys. If my camera can stop blurring. Okay, here we go. Just want to come and give y'all a little inspo today. That's all. Cause I was like, let me talk about this. Let me talk about transitioning, you know. And a lot of times we ask in our prayers, in our talks with God, that you want certain things, and a lot of times you don't even know why you're going through what you're going through because you asked for it. You asked for it. You might not have asked for the way that is transpiring through the transitioning, but it's happening, whether you know it or not. And it's gonna get ugly before it gets better. In most cases. Don't fight it though. Really, really do not fight how your life is changing, how it's going in a different direction. And if you try, I'm telling you, if you try to fight against it, it's just gonna get even uglier. It's gonna be super ugly. It ain't gonna be pretty. It's gonna be like a bad wax job. It's gonna be like a bad wax job. Okay. So, like I said, if you're anything like me, you pretty much had to learn and grow and make a whole lot of effed up moves and decisions and things of that nature. There's my camera doing that thing again. Which got you to a point where now you know better. Like, okay, this is the way that I'm supposed to be moving, shifting. Where's my powder? Oh. And okay, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go back over there. I don't like that conversation. I don't like that. I don't like how it made me feel or react, or how it went against my character, my morals, my goals. Y'all, I do apologize in advance. I guess I'm too close to my camera, so that's why it's doing that. And then it doesn't help that the sun is going in and out. I'm glad I did turn my light on. This is the this is the bestest natural beat I've ever done. OMG. Gotta get that line off my forehead though. Okay. I think it's blended. Yeah, it's blended pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna put that over there. I want to do my liner, some liner Let's see if I can find a good liner. Y'all, I'm gonna do my liner and my lashes offline. Excuse me, not offline, off camera, and then I'll come back and do my lip and close this out. Okay, so be right back. All right, ladies and gents, I am back. Had a little complications with my wing liner, so I kind of like to do it off camera. My lashes not so much. It just takes a minute to anchor them and kind of like, you know, get them. I've been doing a little bit better on camera, you know, with that process. But this is my wing. I did have to clean both of them up. I think this side is longer. This one was thicker, so I had to thicken up this one. I didn't want to mess with the tail end of this one. Like, my right side is always better. So back to what I was saying. Like I said, if you witness, you know, friends or family have a little rough time with, you know, doing stuff the way that they've been used to doing it for years and generations, it's our, when I say our, I mean this new generation, meaning that if you're 28 and up, maybe even 25 and up, if you are tech savvy, it is our place to find more avenues. Because I'm not going to solely say like, oh, you need to find a hustle, or you need to find this, or you need to do this. No, I'm not that type of person. I care, but I don't care. Find other ways, other resources to start a legit another stream of income. You know, because I really feel like the way that things are going, small businesses will be the forefront. Having another income, whether it be residual income or I forgot the name of the other income, but just a different resource of income, that's going to be like the forefront of the new hiring process, hiring other people, you know, within our community. And that, like, for me, that's a goal. But at the same time, I don't think a lot of people take small businesses that serious. Like, if a company offers you a certain percentage, excuse me, I don't know what it is every time I do my makeup. It might be my powder. Every time I do my makeup, my nose starts running. If a company gives you a certain percentage and say, hey, this is gonna be your monthly income if you you know, do X, Y, and Z or whatever. Yeah, you can sign terms and conditions with these big companies, and you don't know how much percent that you're getting raised, if you're getting one at all. Because I know people who work for 2 and 3 plus 5 and don't get a raise. If they get a raise, it's like 1%, 2%. The highest maybe like 9%. Like, that's not a raise. That's not a raise at all. And I seen something on my timeline that was like really disturbing. So that made me say that. Because a lot of people don't have, you have faith in getting up and clocking in. No shade, no harm, because a job, like I said, a job is a stepping stone into planting your own seeds and making your own way for your own process, whatever the next phase may be for you. But somebody said F small businesses. And I'm like, okay, well, he must have had a referral, or this person, I'm going to say this person must have had a referral, or that the business that he inquired about must have been one of those really popular businesses. You know, everybody like, oh, go to so and so, he does this, or go to so and so, she does this. You have to be careful and mindful of that, because I feel like where the popularity is, where the majority is, majority rules. So you have to be careful with that. Reviews, and more reviews. Okay. But just be mindful of, small businesses. I don't think a lot of people think about it like that, but I mean, for a long time I have. And I wish I had thought about that like years ago, like 5-6 years ago, before I started doing my own business. I probably would have interned or just shadowed, or see if there was like small things that I could do in another small business, just to see how they operate, and of course also learn, and if coin was involved, make that point. It's just things that we have to do to move forward and just think outside of the box of the norm. So with all of that being said, it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what you think you don't have. As a matter of fact, the things that you feel like you don't have, research, not just people. Research, learn some things, so that way you can take it with you and show the people that you want to be involved in whatever it is that you're trying to grow or want to do, so that way it doesn't look like you haven't done what you need to do on your behalf. I'm trying to think what else. I think that's the main point, like research, and more freaking research, because you can never learn enough. Don't be afraid, like I just said, and I hope I gave an okay description or okay example of what I mean by fear, because like I said, a lot of us were born into a certain type of lifestyle, and that either one allowed us to take off running, or two, it hindered us for years. And as we get older, we find out we have been shielded, protected in the wrong manner. We have been kind of like stuffed in the box, and it hinders you from learning and growing in different areas. You can absolutely learn and grow in different areas. I've accumulated over the years. I've accumulated a lot of skills, but there's only maybe two of them. Maybe two. I found a love for hair. I don't know how to braid. Hair's not my thing. I do my own though, and I don't even have the patience for that. I love makeup. Now, does that's a whole nother story about makeup. I love makeup because I love that I can um transform. I can have conversation with clients. Um, it just that one-on-one interaction. That's what I love the most because you don't know how you can change somebody's day, and I can pretty much imagine that's how a hairstylist feels when a client comes in. Um, and you just change their whole outlook of their day or whatever have you. I love. As much as I like being bummy some days, I love getting dressed. That's another way of transforming um, your visual perspective of yourself. You know, um, but I just love being my all natural self, like behind closed doors. Like my hair is a frizzy mess. I can wash it. I can sling it to the side, let it drip all over the place. Wear sweatpants for days, and I'm okay with that. Um, yeah, I'm okay with that. And sometimes I go out in public like that, and I be like, I hope ain't nobody looking at me. I hope I just that part. Like sometimes I care and sometimes I don't. Some cause I'm in my own world. Like I'm always in my own world. Like literally. So don't get so caught up in being fearful and being in your own world. Sometimes it's okay, but sometimes you miss out on a lot of things around you that may be stepping stones and learning lessons and like things that you can internalize and use for growth. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and hopefully next time I'll do some color on my lids. But for now, I'm sticking with this. I think this is going to be like when I'm not doing camera stuff, this is going to be my go-to look. I don't want to get too close because my camera start acting funny. My face is doing a little dance. I don't know what's going on in my cheek area. It might be my pores acting crazy. But this is what it is. This is exactly what it is. Okay. So again, I hope you guys learned something from this, took something from this. So I'll go the other steps again. Ways to know that you are transitioning. You've created boundaries that only you know that you have created for yourself, and the things that you want to get rid of and or bring in to who you are becoming. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what nobody else says, thinks, or tries to bring against you. Don't care about it. Dust it off, keep going, keep moving. Have your moments, but have them to yourself. Sorry, y'all. Just wanted to make sure I had a little crack in my lip. I don't know why. Yo, grow from it. Just grow from it. Fear what and why. Be confident in everything that you do, because nobody else is like you. Nobody is you. Only you can be you. Okay? You are uniquely made, and there is more inner beauty than outer beauty to anybody's story, transition, trials and tribulations, forward progression. So I will holler at y'all in the next video. Bye.